Hey, what's up? Hello. But you pretty ass. No. Something. Welcome back to another Hoagie Boy. Sesh prediction. Contender Series Edition, Week 3. Headlined by Belamir versus Alex Apodoka. Dude. Week 3 of the Dana White Contender Series. These past 2 weeks have been pretty good, especially last week. Last week was really, really great, dude. It was a great night of fights that we got. A lot of finishes, some good war, I think. Dude. Last week was really good, and this week it seems to be really one-sided. If I'm being honest, the odds on this one are pretty crazy, especially the main event and the third fight of the night. But dude, I did say I would do tape study for this one, for at least for Dana White Contender Series. But I ain't gonna lie, kind of ran out of time and kind of waited until last minute. So this one might be a bit of a pulling shit out my ass. I'm not gonna lie, but I did see a couple of clips, a couple of highlight reels by each of the fighters. You know, not too much, but only a little bit, and enough to get to kind of understand, how they fight, right? But we're starting off with Nick Galante versus Carlos Petrozola. What else to say about Nick Galante other than he's a wrestler type MMA fighter, man. He's the type to push you against the fence, go for the double leg, go for a body lock. He's ass pulling gilly. Don't be silly, pull the gilly. He's only lost one time against a guy named Brandon Holmes, who did fight on the Dana White's Contender Series against Cam Rousey. He did end up getting knocked out, but that is Cam Rousey, and Cam Rousey is actually pretty good. So to lose to that type of fighter, it's not bad. It's not bad. Brandon Holmes I think is pretty good. He got two wins by guillotine after that. Knocked out a guy named Ty Gwender, and then choked out Derek Benoit, and then got a unanimous decision against Austin Clayton, who doesn't seem to be too terrible. Dude, he's gone up against a pretty good competition, dude, for being 7-1, dude. He's gone against 5-0, 6-2, 7-5, 8-4. Proper comp he has gone up against. So the same can't be said about Carlos Petrozola. Dude, this guy's 100% Italian heritage. But dude, don't let the record fool you. He is 15-1, but he has gone up against loads of cans, dude. This guy has not fought out of his home country of Argentina, and you can tell by these guys' records, dude. Look at this guy, Adriano Maza Miranda. His first fight was 3-3. Guy's now 7-6. Dominic Ricard 0-1. Axel Guerra 4-3. Matias Ibanez 11-12. Axel Guerra, who's now 4-3. He fought Axel Guerra twice. What the hell? All right, now that's kind of weird. I ain't gonna lie. He fought this same can twice. All right. Nicolas Escobar 3-6. I mean, just look at this. 3-2, 9-2-1. That's the only actually kind of good one. But even then, this guy's now 11-6-1. This guy in 10-5, who's now 14-8. 11-25 guy, 23-19, 8-4, 4-0. The only time he's actually went up against someone actually good was in Joselton Santos, who was undefeated. When he fought him, he got knocked out by this guy. I mean, look at him. He looks pretty juiced. But he recently lost against a guy named Tagir Magomedov, but that seems to be a Dagestani kind of fighter. So not too bad, dude. Not too bad. But then went on to fight a 16-14 guy in Diego Rebeldo. Then head kicked some poor sap in Latoro Ayala. So he's an absolute can crusher, dude. He's an absolute can crusher. He's only time when he went up against someone actually good, he got knocked the fuck out. He went back to can crushing after that. But what I will say is, he's never gone the distance. All of his wins have been by finish. And, of course, he's only lost one time. He's pretty aggressive, I'd say. He's got all right striking, I guess. He's got some submissions. He's got pretty good grappling from the looks of it. 7 wins by submission, um, 8 by KO. So he seems to be pretty well rounded. And again, he's coming out of the gym, Brothers of Life MMA. This is the gym in which Kevin Vallejos trains at. Which Kevin Vallejos is actually pretty fucking good, man. Pretty fucking good. But yeah, dude. And the reason I don't want to count this guy out is because Kevin Vallejos was kind of the same, dude. Before he got his chance at Dana White's Contender Series, dude. He was going up against some pretty cans, dude, like 2-0 Gabriel Barrios, Gary Marcia Flores 6-8, 1-5 Pablo Telecha, 7-14 Emmanuel Vallejos, Nestor Machado 17-9, Aldo Espelota 6-4, until he fought an actually good guy in Eduardo Galaguri. Right, and then he went on to fight Gene Silva in a competitive fight. It was a unanimous decision loss, but it was a competitive fight, man. And then we have seen that Kevin Vallejos has gone on to be pretty good, a pretty good contender, dude. He's becoming a pretty good top 10 fighter. And I think that if you're able to train a guy in Kevin Vallejos, I think you can train this guy Carlos Petruzilla, right? All finishes, but if I'm being honest, I feel like Nick Galante should be the one to win. He should be able to take him down and finish him on the ground. But as we saw last week, we got a lot of underdogs winning. Bums that we felt like weren't gonna win, and they actually won. Right, and in surprising fashion, too, by finish, right? And this is probably one of the closer fights of the night. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Nick Galante should win, right? He should take him down, finish him ground and pound, maybe an overhand right. Carlos Petruzzola, seems to be pretty outright everywhere, but he's only gone up against cans, right? And he has been knocked out, but he does train under the same coaches as Kevin Vallejos, and Kevin Vallejos, did start off kind of with a padded record, I'll be honest, but fuck, dude. Fuck it. I'm gonna go with Carlos Petruzzola, whatever the fuck his name is. Underdog, dude. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. This is Dana White Contender Series. Anything can happen. And this is one of the more, I guess, closer to the 50-50 fights that's going to happen tonight or on Tuesday night. So I'm going to go Carlos Petruzzola. Fuck it, finish. He's never gone distance, so this fight should end. If it doesn't, maybe Nick Galante could win it by decision. Obviously, he could knock him out on the ground, but who knows? But putting a lot of stock into the fact that Carlos Petruzzola fights or trains with Kevin Vallejos. So fuck it, I'm gonna go Carlos Petruzzola. Don't take my betting advice. If you are going to take my betting advice, just do it by not to go to decision or Nick Galante KO. Next up we got Ronald Humphrey versus Alexis Miranda. Yeah, dude. We can see the odds here, minus 835 versus Alexis Miranda, who is plus 510 underdog. Yeah, what more to say? Ronald Humphrey, he's an athlete, dude. He trains at American Top Team Atlanta. I don't know if he comes down to fight with the boys down South Florida, but he's only 4-0, but he's actually gone against pretty good competition, dude. He's actually gone pretty good competition. He's gone against a 1-2 guy. His first fight, 3-1 guy, his second, 2-0 in his third, and then 4-0 in his fourth. Dude. So it's pretty good, dude. He's actually gone against pretty good comp. He also has amateur bouts, which is good to see. So in total, he's got like 8 fights. This guy's athletic. He's explosive. He's got power, I'd say, or more than Alex Miranda at least. He's dangerous on the feet, but he usually tries to get it down on the ground. He's got explosive takedowns. Finishes guys from the top position type shit. Yeah, what more to say, dude? He only has 4 fights. I can't really say anything else other than he's athletic, he's explosive, he's got good takedowns. He's got power. Seems to have power. He seems to be all right on the feet. And yeah, dude, I'd say there's a reason why he's a minus 835 favorite. And then we got Alex Miranda. Kind of a Nate Diaz build if I'm gonna be honest, dude. Yeah, kind of a Nate Diaz build. Looks kind of flabby. He's 8-2. His last fight was a 29-25 guy, a split decision too. Yeah. Before that, he knocked out a guy in Edward Figueroa. Before that, he lost to a guy in Enor Alberto, who doesn't seem to be too terrible. Yeah, what more to say about him, huh? Well, he's got 4 wins by KO, 1 by submission, 4 by decision. He seems to be alright against the comp that he's facing. But against someone like, Ronald Humphrey, who seems to be pretty explosive, pretty athletic. Alex Miranda is the exact opposite of that. His striking's kind of weird. He usually has his hands down. From what I've seen, he's got all right kicks, I guess. He's all right on the feet. What more to say, dude? He's just kind of a flabby Mexican, man. Yeah, dude. I think he's gonna get knocked out. I'm gonna be honest. I think Ronald Humphrey's gonna knock Alexis Miranda out. I feel like they got this Alexis Miranda only because just to feed him to Ronald Humphrey. But again, Ronald Humphrey only has 4 fights. He's only been to the second round once, and he usually finishes his opponents pretty quickly. Never seen him pass like the second round, or never seen him in the third round, right? And Alex Miranda, seems to have that Nate Diaz kind of fighting style, I guess. Where he just tries to land a bunch of punches on the feet. I guess if anyone would gas out, it'd be Ronald Humphrey, because he only has 4 fights. But I'm going to go around to Humphrey. I think Alexis Miranda, maybe he could win if Humphrey just busts his load out too early and then, maybe gasses out. We've seen shit like that happen in Dana White Contender Series. But I think Ronald Humphrey is, I think he's actually really good for only 4 fights. And I think he's explosive. And I think he gets it done by KO in the first round. Next fight! Sean Clancy Jr. versus Gary Bellato. Dude, Sean Clancy Jr. is pretty fucking sick, dude. His fights is coming from the Cage Warriors organization, dude. This guy's sick, dude. He's gotten a body shot KO. He's got some pretty good rear naked chokes. He's got a right and left hook combo KO. This guy he knocked out in his last fight. This guy's sick. He's pretty well rounded. I'm pretty sure he started out with jiu-jitsu or something, or on the ground grade type shit. He's dangerous, dude. He's dangerous everywhere, I would say. I feel like, he could maybe get this to the ground. And, or anywhere, to be honest. He could finish this anywhere. He's really versatile. Again, 3 wins by submission, 5 wins by KO. Never been to decision, never lost. He's a good prospect, dude. He's a good prospect. I'm looking forward to see this one. He's the one. 23 years old. 6 feet tall. He's huge. He's fucking huge. Saw the face-off against Gary Bellato. He looked way bigger, dude. He looked way bigger than Gary Bellato outsized. I think, he's going to do bad stuff to Gary Bellato. But Gary Bellato, he seems to be kind of a boxer type of guy. Scrappy dude. He was in he's fighting bare knuckle boxing. I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure that was his latest fight. Yeah, his latest fights have actually been in bare knuckle boxing, dude. He was there for a moment. Hasn't fought in a while in MMA, I think. Yeah. He's also a boxer. He's also been boxing too. So he's going to be a scrappy boxer, dude. He's going to be pretty, I think, competent on the feet. But other than that, dude, he'd probably get taken down. Maybe, dude, he could get taken down. He does have 7 wins by submission, though. He does have 7 wins by submission, so he seems all right, right? But he's 31. He's a bit old. 11-3 work record. It's obvious that the Dana White and the Sean Shelby whatever want Sean Clancy to win. That's why they put him up against Gary Boleto. Anything can happen again, but Sean Clancy seems to be really. He seems to be pretty good. He seems to be pretty good. He's a sick fighter, and yeah, dude, I think he gets it done. I think he gets it done by finish. Probably by anything he wants. I'm gonna be honest. If I had to say, maybe he'd want to get a, flashy KO for Dana White. And yeah, dude, I'd say probably in the second round KO. Next one, Mario Pisano versus Guillermo Uriel. Yeah, dude, both of these guys have fun on a Dana White's Contender Series. Mario Pizarro, won his, but he won it via, I think, disqualification. Yeah, he won it via disqualification, and even then he didn't get signed. He's got 2 fights that have been recorded ineligible by Topology, which is pretty shady. He lost against 15-39 Alex Junius, who's now 16-40. Holy shit. That's really bad. That's actually a really bad loss. He lost against no, not actually. That's his only loss, right? And then after that, he fought Fernando Batista 11-9, and then Andre. Why is he back in the Contender Series? What the hell? And then we got Guillermo Uriel. I think Guillermo Uriel is the better fighter. The only problem is he gasses the fuck out, dude. He literally only has like a minute of gas in him, and after that, he just huffing and puffing for air, dude. He was in Dana White Contender Series against Josh Hockett, which isn't a bad loss, dude. Josh Hockett is a top 5 heavyweight, dude. Before that, he lost against a guy named Lucas Camacho. Lucas Camacho has also fought in the Dana White Contender Series, but he lost against Mario Pinto. But yeah, dude, not bad losses, right? And he seems to have, bro, round 1, a lot of round 1 KOs and only 1 round 2. No, all of his fights have been round 1 KO. What am I talking about, huh? Well, yeah, dude. He barely gets out of the first round. Only time he has, he lost against Josh Hockey. But yeah, man, he's got power. He's got power. He's a heavyweight. 3 wins by submission, 4 wins by KO, 2 losses by KO. Never made a decision, dude. So this fight's definitely gonna end. The only problem is I don't know who's gonna win. Will Uriel be able to get Piazon out of there before he gasses, or Piazon just wait until Uriel gasses out and then I guess finish him in the 3rd or late 2nd round. But dude, Mario Piazon, the way he fights, I saw a couple of minutes of Andre Vieira fight before I got bored, and he looked mid, dude. He looked shit. I'm gonna be honest. He did not look good in that fight, especially against the guy in what the fuck was his name? Andre Vieira, who's now 9-5, dude. I'd say Guillermo Uriel, but I don't know, dude. What if he gasses, right? But he's only lost against actually, I guess, all right comp, dude, and Josh Hockett and Lucas Camacho. I'm gonna go Guillermo Uriel. I think he'll get it done in the first round. Mario Piazon just does not seem to be good. I think he's just kind of shit. And Guillermo Uriel seems to be the only one who's actually poses a threat. So I'm going to go Guillermo Uriel first round KO. And now we got Belamir versus Alexa Apodoka. Not much to say. I'm going to be honest. Alexa Apodoka lost the first fight against 3-4 Nicola Capricer. Then beat a 2-1. Who's not 2-2? Karine. Oh, damn. She's kind of bad, dude. Karine Christine, huh? Oh, sorry, I got off track. And then beat Shamir Gomez 2-3. And then beat Devin McDonald. Okay, so from what I saw, she seems to be alright in the striking department. All wins by decision. Lost a decision split against. Okay, doesn't matter. We here for Bellamere. Bellamere, what to say about her? The daughter of Frank Mir. Dude, she's good. She's good. She was a college wrestler. Pretty sure won a couple of championships over there in the NCAA. She's really good at wrestling. She's got really good BJJ. The striking seems to be alright, competent. Got a lot of grappling matches. She's been in UFC BJJ. Grappled there against Nichelle Johnson, ran a twink. Only lost in RAF against a girl named Alexis Gomez. Hmm. But she's good, dude. She's a really good grappler, really good wrestler. And she's obviously going to get this done via, probably ground and pound or maybe rear naked choke or something. An arm bar. She likes to go for arm bars. That Frank Mir special. But, right, it's Frank Mir special. I'm pretty sure he got that against. Who did he break? It was, fuck. That one huge dude. But, yeah, dude. She's really good on the ground. What more to say? I think she's going to dominate this fight. Get a first round finish over Alexa Abadaka. It seems they just got this girl just defeat her to Bellamere, dude. Yeah, dude. Bellamere is really young. 22 years old. Doesn't even show the age for Alex Padoka. So, yeah, I'm going to just go Bellamere by first round submission. I'm saying armbar. But, yeah, dude. Really lopsided. Really lopsided. I feel if any card were to have like all the favorites to win, it'd probably be this one. A lot of cans, I'm gonna be honest, but who knows, man? I thought last week there were some cans that I thought we were gonna lose, and they ended up winning. So you never know with Dana White Contender Series. And yeah, that's about it. Later.